welcome to the refresh of the refresh. Yes, that's right, friends. I started again. Look, I was not expecting the response that I got from the Ironman. I knew it was going to be fun, but when I made it, I thought it was just going to be like some little side thing that a few of my viewers would watch, but the complete opposite has happened. I've been getting so many people commenting, liking, subs. The likes on it is crazy. So obviously everyone's really enjoying it, and not just, so that's A, like it's really good from that front, but B, I'm really enjoying it too. Like I'm having so much fun. I feel like it's turned New World into a survival game, and I'm just having lots of fun with all the content, which is kind of like the point. And so I was kind of like playing along on the last thing, and I was thinking, oh man, I wish I'd done it. You know, like I did a lot of levels with my faction gear, and I sort of thought, oh, if I could start again, I'd do it like this. And so that was sort of in my mind. I also hated the way my character looked, because when I first made that character, I was thinking I was going to play like an assassin, so I gave him like that little tweaky moustache, and I kind of made him look like, you know, like not someone I wanted to look like when I actually decided to not be an assassin. So that was in the back of my mind. And I wanted someone, you know, like sort of like a Viking looking, like red fire engine coloured beard, that kind of thing, you know. And then I was sort of thinking about it the other day, and I heard some PvPer complaining about how there's like no content coming and for New World, and I just sort of thought, oh, it's such a pity, like there's so much content to enjoy. Like here, for example. I mean, like, even this quest here, right? I'm just doing some low-level quest, and a freaking boat comes in as a part of the quest, and you've got to go and fight the captain as he jumps off it. Like, I love that attention to detail. Like, it's just so good. And so, I got a real little buzz out of that quest. I don't know, I've always been one of those people that just really enjoys the process, and I don't sort of try to rush to the end. Anyway, don't have to just enjoy the PvP. Like, I'm really, really loving the Ironman. And so I just kind of felt like I want to do that more, and so I was thinking, I wouldn't mind doing some PvE, because if you saw that last video I did, it was I think there's a lot of comedy to be provided by me doing some dungeons, and I just thought, well, if I'm going to do a dungeon, I kind of want to be a tank. And so, yeah, so I was like, well, if I'm going to roll a tank, then I may as well just start playing more like strength weapons. So I've decided to run the Greatsword and Sword and Board to start with. So yeah, hopefully, I know I've got a lot of mages on this channel, so hopefully you're not all disappointed. You're like, if you don't play a mage, I'm fucking out of here. I hope it's not that situation. If you really hate me playing like a tanky kind of bruisery type, then I can always go back to the mage. But I just feel like if I play this type, it'll give me a bit more. If I'm going to do PvE dungeons and I want to sort of figure out how to tank, I think it'll be really funny for you guys to watch, because I'm not really a PvEer. And I also just think, like, I just feel like tanking would be quite fun. So there's that. And I mean, I had a whole Learn to Play series on the Bruiser, so it's not like I've played a Bruiser historically, then I switched over to mage. So for now, I'm going to stick with the Greatsword and Sword and Board. But if you guys are just like, you know, get a little bit annoyed with that and you really want to see the mage, then maybe comment and let me know that I'm a dick, and I'll maybe think about switching back. So still going to have a PvP focus, have to stay PvP flagged the whole time. Can't trade with anyone except my duo partner, Leos, and I can get my gear from doing dungeons and shit like that. So, yep, that's the thing. And so this is, here we go, from scratch. The new Karma Chameleon Chronicles, and I hope you enjoy. So I finish off the quest, and then I have to think about what faction I'm going to join. So I make my way up to the beautiful Everfall, and go about doing the quests. So I do the Covenant quest, and then I go talk to the lady, and then she's like, "Oi, go to the church, go to the Covenant church, and we'll see if we'll let you in."
The Covenant is an order of Templars sworn to battle on Eternum to keep the spark of hope alive for all eternity.
Yeah, you're not exactly selling it, lady. That just makes the Covenant seem like a bunch of wusses. And that's one of the things that's put me off the Covenant in the past, is that, you know, like the mortars seem pretty tough. And the the Syndicate kind of seemed kind of like assassins, so I was not really giving that Covenant much time of day. But I must admit, when I got to the base, it looked rather impressive. And then this guy kind of wins me over, because he's like, yeah, so there's like this wraith that's stalking the lands, and a bunch of our cowardly guys ran away and hid, and so really they kind of just deserve what's coming to them. They deserve to die because they were cowards and they didn't fight. And I'm like, okay, I like this. Covenant aren't the wusses they thought. They're kind of like, they demand justice, they demand you to fight, and if you're a coward, fuck you. So with my big newfound Chad energy and an effort to show off and prove myself, I come and kill this Clearview Crypt cultist, and I come back looking like a champion. And then this marauder comes along trying to claim some of the credit. So, yeah, then I come back and I'm like, I'm ready to join. And then this lady's like, well, actually, you're not ready to join because we need you to go kill someone else now before you join the mighty Knights of the Templar. And I'm like, I mean, this is sounding, you're convincing me more. Knights of the Templar sounds pretty damn good. So off I go to kill this Donnie down here. So I like do this little ritual thing that is, to be honest, a little confusing. But I bluff my way through it, and then I come up here and I think, okay, I can't see the guy that I'm supposed to fight, but I'll just do this, finish off the ritual, and then I'm just kind of standing around going, well, I can see that there's like a ghost in that little house up there, so maybe that's the guy that I'm supposed to kill. So he looks pretty powerful. I go in there, no problems. I'm tough. I've got my sword and shield and my greatsword, so I come and fight them, and then I'm like, there's the guy that I was supposed to fight. So I'm like, fuck! I see why those guys ran away now. So then I come back and I'm like, no, I didn't die. I got trapped somewhere. I had to backslash unstuck. Anyway, I'll be back here soon. Yeah, you better run. Who's running now, you little pussy? Anyway, so I come along and I teach this guy who's the boss.
Enclave is talking about what you've been doing around here. I can't believe we met on the side of a road. I believe it's time you officially became one of us.
Yeah, well, I definitely killed him the first time I tried, I can assure you of that. But anyway, I reckon the Covenant are pretty cool. They're like holy warriors that fight for justice. I kind of thought that was pretty cool. So, I decided to join the Covenant. They put up through a good proposal. They made me feel like the prettiest girl at the prom, so I joined them. The only problem is I haven't told my duo partner Leos yet that I've actually, well, A, made a new character and B, joined the Covenant. So when he logs in, he's like, oh man, I haven't been on for ages, you must be level 50 by now. I'm like, yeah, level 50. And he's like, sorry, what? And as it turns out, he can't switch because, yeah, we're the most populated, not the most populated, we've got, like, every faction has 4 territories each, so he can't switch either, so, yeah, it's sort of a little bit of a faux pas, but I'm sure he'll be able to switch shortly. But I mean, look at this base, like, this is a pretty cool base. The mortar base is just crap. I mean, it's just like a rock, essentially. The Syndicate one's cool, there's no doubt about it, but, I mean, look at this food. Like, it's pretty good, it's a pretty good damn base, as far as bases go. It's gotta be up there. Anyway, and in terms of crafting, now my goal is to get to 50 armoring and 50 weaponsmithing, so I can get the armor and the weapons to match my gear. So I come back to make an interim gear, make my hat, and like, hello, resilient piece. Someone's lucky today. I'll even be happy with that focus, with a little bit of resilience, because you know, resilience is just so good for PvP. That is definitely the stat I'm going for. So then I'm like, okay, that was lucky, so let me make my shirt. What the hell is going on right now? Second one in a row, even though it's got intelligence again. I'll take a little bit of resilience right now. So, yeah, now I'm like 2 in a row. What would be the chances of me getting a third? Man, I should have bought a lotto ticket on that day, but yeah. So 3 resilience pieces, that's pretty damn good. So I make my first outfit and I'm ready to go. Ready to go and get that armoring up. Anyway, so I go from this to this. So, pretty big improvement. Looking pretty dapper. Yeah. Gonna go for an even split on the attribute points. I'm gonna try to go for, yeah, equal strength, equal constitution. And also, I'm thinking like while I'm out in the real world, I'm gonna wear medium armor. So I'm gonna be a bruiser, although I'm gonna be probably a lot lower than in levels to the people I fight. So that will hurt, but I think I'll see how medium armor goes. I might need to switch to light for the mobility, but I know that medium will give me more dodges and it'll give me a little bit more survivability, so I just want to see how that goes. Usually when I get into a fight, I'm not going to be like really trying to run away from them, so I'll see how medium goes, and then if it sucks really bad, I can switch to light. I mean, I'm crafting, right? I can just make my own gear. But I'll definitely be using heavy in the dungeons when I do them. But I think when I do the dungeons, I'm going to do them as a DPS first, so as a bruiser, and then when I've figured out the mechanics, I'll go try and tank, and then that's when you guys can all have a good laugh at me being an idiot. And here is the first fight. He sort of moves, so he is there, but he tends to just stop moving. But the thing is, the rule is in this Ironman, I have to fight everyone I come across, so in this case, I lucked out. I usually don't. I'm just picking up some broccoli and killing these stupid beetles, and then I hit level 20, which is kind of cool. Yeah, obviously the first 20 levels go so quickly, but a bit of a milestone. And then I'm heading on down to First Light, just sort of in the north. I really like First, and here's Raybot. You saw my other videos, this is a little bot that spends his days running around in this area, so he's so easy to get off and stuff off. What am I gonna do? I'm confused. And then, yeah, this is a good little spot because you get some leather, which is kind of what I'm after for the medium armor, but you get leather, you get a bit of linen, a bit of iron, so when I want a little bit of the basics, a little bit of everything from the basics, I just come down here and spend my hours with Raybot, sorry, and just collecting the mats. Trying to get to that 50 armoring. And my teammate, my duo partner Leo, so if you remember, still hasn't joined my faction yet, so he's still on Syndicate. So I told him to come down here, and if you remember, I said I have to attack everyone on first sight when I see them. And so you remember when I said sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't? Well, I'm just like, he's just like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I have to attack you. The rule is on first sight. You know, I'm in the Covenant now. I'm all about sticking to my principles and my morals and the rules. And the rules are attack on first sight, first time. So, I don't have to keep attacking him every time I see him, but the first time I had to fight him, I mean, like, he absolutely destroys me. But I had to attack him. Those are the rules. Look, you can always tell by the way he's just standing there. He's like, what the fuck just happened then? Iron has got to be, I don't know why, but I have this real thing for iron. Like every time, if there's like linen, fibers, rawhide or iron on offer, it doesn't really matter what, I'll always go for the mining first. Always, don't know why. But anyway, just carrying on with the grind, trying to get as much mats as possible to get that 50 armoring. It's a little bit hard leveling with someone from a different faction when they keep shooting you with their arrows. Either that or he's just passively aggressive. Well, I guess not even passively aggressively. Aggressively getting some tension out on me. Although this is a very beautiful view, granted, it's not why I'm here. My teammate Leo's literally, not joking, has a mortal phobia of crocodiles. And he's saying he doesn't want to join Covenant because their base sits next to Weaver's Fen, and I'm sitting here in chat trying to explain to him what cliff faces mean. And then one of the lost down there is giving me lip, and I'm like, don't you think I won't come down there and smack you first part? And I don't know why, but picking up mats that day, just seem to take forever. We all know that Leos has a propensity to fall off the sides of things. But he just falls off into like this hole. Oh my god. And then the funny thing is he can't get out. He can't get out. So then he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'll just recall out. So he goes to recall out. Will he make it? Will he make it? Is he gonna make it? No, he's not gonna make it. So after a grueling grind for like linen and leather and all that, I come back and finally reach level 51 in armoring. Yay! Now I can make the rugged leather gear that will help get me to... I think it's pretty much the same level as where I'm at now. So I've actually managed to get the armoring to the actual level that I am, which is a bit of a... So I only have enough rugged leather to make me some boots and gloves. So I make me some boots, make me some gloves as well. And then I go back out and grind some more leather so I can get some rugged leather and make the rest of my outfit. So I come and kill these booty cats. I kind of like this little, I must admit, I just like this little thing because you just keep running around in circles killing cats and getting lots of rugged leather. So then I craft the rest of my gear. So I get the rugged leather shirt and everything. And then this is the final product. This is what I look like when I'm all dolled up. I know this is embarrassing, but this whole time I've been running around with flint, blimmin' crafting gear, so I make some iron gear, yeah, some iron crafting gear to be able to go out and maybe craft a little faster. About time. So I've been having problems finding iron because there's so many bots, and then I find this little spot on the map here and it's just like really, really good. There's just iron everywhere. I think it's because there's a lot of ads around, so the bots find it hard to come down here and just swarm the place. So my bags were like half full and I'd spent ages trying to get iron, and then I came down here and filled them up pretty much like, well, I significantly filled them up from just coming and doing like one run through here, so really helpful. So this kind of became my iron run routine, but yeah, it's pretty rough, man. There's a lot of bots on the server, so it's like you're constantly in competition. So I think you've got to find these little spots where the bots just get killed a lot by the ads, and then so they can't go there, and then you got all the resources to yourself and you're only having to deal with other people. Also had to chop down some logs in order to get that charcoal and the lumber. So that, yeah, I think I need it for the weaponsmithing. Oh no, I don't need the lumber, I need timber for the weaponsmithing. So go and chop down some trees once I've cleared my bags of the iron. So that gets me up from weaponsmithing 17 to 34. So 1 or 2 more runs of that area and I should have my weaponsmithing at 50. So the next day I wake up and I collect some more iron. Or next day you come on the next day in real life. So I collect some more iron. I don't wake up. Okay, I'm not addicted. That night I get back on. I collect some more iron. And then do iron and then do the weaponsmithing. And yes, I get enough mats that time to be able to get myself up to 50 in weaponsmithing, which is just like really, really good. So now I'm ready to make my weapons. There it is. That's the puppy I want. That's actually like a 410 gear score. That's way higher than even anything on the trade house if I was to go and buy something. So yeah, I was just trying to see if there's any great swords, but there aren't. But yes, that becomes my goal. The balance of time. Gonna need some steel, void metal, and gold, so a little more crafting before I can get it. Yeah, see, so that's the best I could get. That's the best sword I could get, a 340 if I was to buy one. And then there's my stats, 100 into strength and 50 into con, basically, so now I'm going to be working towards 100 into con. So I've got to get 400 iron ore in order to be able to get the void metals, so I start working on that. Just enjoying the beautiful views that New World have created for us. Then I go and head off and get the gold. Just minding my own business. I then realised I have to chop down a bunch of trees so then I can get my wood lumbering to 50. So then I can chop down mature trees. So then I can get the lumber. So then I can make my balance of power sword. So I go do that. And there she is, the most powerful weapon that I can possibly have for the next 2 levels before I get a better one. So yeah, Kenyan Power though, that's a good stat. But yeah, it's kind of cool when you crafted it yourself though. It's like a sense of satisfaction. And then I think after this I go and make some flawed stones. I actually think that because I'm likely to be tanking soon and really the amount of damage these cut flawed gems are going to make for me at my level is going to be insignificant, I just go for the taunt ones and put on the sword. That is the current skills that I'm running on my Greatsword. And then the next thing is to upgrade my engineering because I want the steel mining tools, crafting tools rather. And so I'm going to go get some wood so I can make a whole bunch of bows to get me up to 50. This also benefits me too because I'll be able to make things like hatchets, which I do want to use. That might be important for PvP later. Back out with the old axe, hacking down some trees. This time mature wood too. And then I realized that I need more coarse leather to be able to do it, so I run out and realized it's a good idea to hunt some bison, only for them to keep running away from me at like 5% health. It's just like, you son of a bitch. I come up with a better strat though. Use my Greatsword. Bye, son. Collect some linen here too, since the bots aren't out here getting it all. Seems like Mondays and Tuesdays are always a little bit quiet. Still need a bit more wood. I had heaps of coarse leather and linen, so I come out here because I need to get some more lumber or timber. So I just come out here and collect that once I shove the stuff all in my bank. And then what do I see but an enemy? And not just any old enemy, a similar leveled enemy. And so I'm like, finally we fight! And he's like, no thanks. And I'm like, no, look, I understand. I've got the balance of power now. You're afraid of it. Everyone's like, oh no, not the balance of power. But yeah, I mean, he just sort of gave up. But you know, I have to, I mean, like, I've been having quite a lot of luck actually in this episode with people just like not wanting to fight. But yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So finally get back with all my wood and boom! We get to 51 engineering so I can finally make my steel tools. So I make all my steel tools, not too worried about the attributes at this point in time. I just really want to just be gathering stuff a little bit quicker and then hope for the best later. So now that my armoring and weaponsmithing are 50, I come and talk to old Hionis and get started on the main quest line, the Soul Warden quest line. And so I should get a few levels now out of this. I'm already level 26, so even from that I've like gained quite a lot of levels quite quickly. So I'm doing my quest and old Leo logs in and he's like, I'm going to come and join you. And then I said, you know what, why don't you come and try to hunt me down? Why don't you come and try to find me? Because he's still on the wrong faction, but I managed to see him before he sees me. He doesn't expect the surprise attack from the Greatsword. And so we have a little fight to the death. To be fair, my gear's pretty much the same level as his, or almost the same level as his, so even though he's level 45 and I'm level 26, I think our gear is quite similar. He's more evasive dead than he was in life. he comes back and he's like, not this time, chump. And so we have a little duel. And I get a little overexcited and just rush through all of my attacks in a space of about 8 seconds, which is never what you want to be doing in PvP. But I've been doing all this crafting. It's actually been a while, and I haven't played a melee. Not that I'm making excuses, but I haven't played a melee for a while, so yeah, he kind of kicks my ass. So after that, I managed to finish off the first Soul Warden quest in the Soul Warden chain, so making my way towards Amrine, where I will do my first attempt at tanking, much for you guys to all have a little bit of a giggle. I might do it perfectly, and then there'll be nothing funny to tell you. You never know. But if history's anything to go by, it probably won't be what happens. This guy's like, "Good job beating Leos, man." I'm like, "Thanks, it was easy." Yeah, it was easy because, like, fighting higher levels, I don't think the Greatsword just hits so hard, and I've got such like amazing PvP skill that I think that I can just really wield that Greatsword to my advantage, and just ruffle stomp these high levels easy. Anyway, on a serious note, thanks everyone for watching. Please let me know if you enjoy. I mean, obviously you're enjoying the Ironman, I can tell by the comments and the likes, but let me know if you'd rather see the mage or whether you don't care about seeing the melee, if it doesn't really bother you, just enjoying the Ironman component of it. I do think that the if I play strength, that opens up more options for me to have a bit more like content in terms of like a bit of PvE, doing a bit more wars, that kind of stuff. So anyway, I will give you the next. I'm going to probably be doing these every few days actually, because I get content so quickly. So it'll be a more regular upload schedule. Anyway, thanks everyone. I'll see you later.